Welcome back to game number 2. We have a hidden pick between Berbers, Mayans and Italians, and looking at the players, Melkor probably going with the cavalry civ, Berbers here and the camel archers of course, and Edie might be tempted to go monks here, but maybe with Byzantines. Italians I don't think so, so probably Mayans. Let's find out how the players are going to play this, and actually, yeah, indeed, Melkor, Berbers, Edie, Mayans makes a lot of sense here. I think that's not a hard guess. Let's go for the maps. Melkor in green has one boar outside, but 4 deer inside. Main gold forward, that's not too nice for him. Main stone safe in the back, second stone safe in the back, and a second gold also in the back here. That's very nice. I guess Edie found the boar. Is that true? Is Edie going to steal the boar here? Yes, he can see it. And he is waiting maybe for a villager to come out and try to take it down. The villagers from the Berbers are faster as far as I remember, so it should be fine. And I think Edie could also see the deer. Eddie is not going to steal that boar. Interesting. Now the wall's getting opened and that villager is without loom, but it's running fast here. And now the scout from Melkor is around, so the villager is actually able to get that boar in. And nice block from Edie, but Edie should go back now. And ooh, that second boar is running out. I think at this point Edie should start, and yes, indeed, steal the boar. This is a good idea. And Melkor, I think, is not fast enough. Edie should be able to take that boar in, and that's -1 boar. Good start here for Edie. Just finished his, I guess, is it a second boar already? Some sheep, and now the boar's coming in. Let's go for Edie's map, actually. Didn't see it. Yeah, there's one more boar here in the back, which he can see, so that's +1. Sorry, it's Meso sucks so bad. They need any advantage they can get. Ooh, interesting. And Edie even apologizing here. I guess it's not bad manners. Then again, it's a tournament game final, so you are allowed to lame, of course. Main gold for Edie on the side, main stone on the side here forwardish, third gold forward outside, second gold forward outside on the side here. I'm not sure what's the second, I guess this is the second, that's the third gold here. But Edie has not such a good map because all the golds in this green, no extra gold in the back here, only that second stone, which will allow Edie to go for a castle without any problems. And he's already sending 3 villagers to stone here. It makes sense to go for a castle here. Eddie will try to go aggressive. 2 extra golds, one is trapped, but this one is free to take, and 1 extra stone, a relic in front of that, one really close to Melkor here. Wait, that's the third gold that I didn't even show because I was distracted with the boars here. And we have another relic in between the 2 players, closer to Edie actually. So Eddie, 3 villagers close to his base. 3 relics, not villagers. He is starting to wall this. Interesting. Is he actually going to do that? Or maybe, no, this is not a wall. This is just to see if Melkor is going aggressive with towers here. At least that's my guess. And I don't think we're going to see that. It's way too late for tower rush. And neither Melkor nor Eddie are the tower rush guys. And I'm happy to say that because I'm kind of getting sick of the trashes on arena. Also, this is the 1800 HP arena map, and therefore we won't see so many towers here. Eddie got deer inside as well, which is good for him. The Mayans here doesn't really need deer, having 3 boars, now extra food. He won't need farms for a long time if he's continuing to push all of those deer in. And he's on the way to castle age, being there before 15 minutes, and he's going for that castle here, which is very interesting. Now Melkor is going to find out about Edie being on stone, no surprise, and Melkor himself is not on stone, instead going for that stable 28-31 population. That's a 29 pop-up then, and he needed that because he needs a lot of farms here. I guess there's one villager missing, not sure, maybe it was building something, but this farm is not getting taken here, food is not getting taken, okay, not a big problem. Edie has an advantage, at least when it comes to the uptime and the fact that he can go aggressive quite fast. Melkor will go for maybe even knights here, it's possible. Scout cavalry attacking the gate, but now Eddie is moving out, and that Eagle Scout is on lower HP, but at this point I guess it should be stronger. And those Scout cav are not... yeah, the infilation, the +2 is done. Eddie, 4+3, got a monastery, and is going for a TC on that main gold on the wood line, not going for a castle immediately. A third TC coming up on wood in the back, and that means Eddie will try to go for a little bit of a mini boom here before actually going aggressive probably, or maybe just booming, which is quite unlike Eddie, but it might work because Eddie got an early age advantage, so it makes sense to actually use the fact that he's ahead even with the Mayans. I'm sure, I think the TCs got fixed. Boom with 3 TCs, Eddie getting the relics, and there's the knight, but Eddie's not doing anything but monks here, and that means the knights can get converted quite easily. Even the scout got converted by Eddie, didn't see that. Melkor Melkor went for a TC on the main gold and main stone and the wood line here. And does he have a third TC actually? Edie got enough stone for a castle now. Let me check quickly. There is a third TC coming up on the wood line. So Melkor went for a stable first, monastery to get some relics in. He's done the light cav upgrade. And Edie now is moving out of the monks, but this could end badly because the light cav are taking monks down really fast. Not a good fight here for Edie. And Edie therefore cannot go aggressive with the castle. He is putting it on the main stone anyway, so no big problem. Horse Clan now coming in from Edie a little bit late, and wheelbarrow. Melkor did certainly find his gold. Yes, he's seen the gold in the back. He's got 4 villagers on gold here. Getting another monk. Not sure why it's lagging right now. What is that monk doing? Doesn't really see it. I hope I got the right version to watch this game here. That's always a problem. And we have only minor fights now. Eddie's moving forward again. He's getting the first bloomed archers. No upgrades on those. Another monk going down for only 1 light cav. And that's good fights for Melkor here. Therefore he's in the score lead. And villager numbers, Melkor is actually ahead at this point. Eddie maybe stopping villager production. Does he want to go up to Imperial Age? No, not at all. Siege workshop on the way. He's still on stone. Not sure why Eddie is so low and everything. Maybe Melkor just has the better boom here. Melkor also doing the knights, and with 5 knights he should be able to take down a big group of plumed archers that only have fletching upgrade here. So Eddie now going back. And yeah, that's from Melkor's stream then, I guess. The recordings are taken from there. I just got them from AOE zone. Not sure if both players' POVs are up there. I usually did that on the Titans of Arena tournament, of course, but it doesn't really matter. Gold mining on the way from Eddie, and I would prefer to see the recording without a Twitch stream. I'm not sure, Twitch chat, I'm not sure how to turn this off. Maybe it's not possible, and I didn't find out, or I haven't found out until now. Maybe you can tell me. Would love to know that, the fact that you can maybe decline Twitch chat here, because it's really annoying for me. So right now, Melkor, 81 pop against 87 from 80, but that's a 7 military difference, I guess. And the knights will take down the converted knight and a scout, but not without losing the monk, the mangonel here. And Eddie got 1 mangonel inside that siege workshop. Melkor got the siege workshop outside. Eddie's on the way to imp, so let's see if he can go and take advantage from there on. He's got enough stone for yet another castle. A second castle might come up soon. There's still 2 relics on the open field. Eddie only got 1 relic in, interesting. And Melkor is not thinking about Imperial Age yet, at least not completely thinking about it. Instead he's taking down that siege workshop. Second stable is up, or is it a third? Actually it's a third stable. Gold mining and only now handcart coming in. That's quite late, but okay. And Melkor now starting to save up. Eddie will be up to Imperial Age, but the question is, can he do the damage here? A second castle coming up to cover the second gold, but it still can get attacked. And Eddie going for Spearman now against the Knights, makes sense. And Plumed Archers +2 will go for Bracer immediately, I guess, or maybe even Chemistry. Not sure if we're going to see a Trebuchet here. Not sure what Eddie actually is going to do. Plumed Archers only? It's possible, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's the best idea. Camel Archers might be stronger later on, and Cavalier from the Berbers should be decent as well. Eddie now opening these walls, putting up a lumber camp here. I think he should wall this, and he's not done that yet. Might be a better good thing to do. Pikeman upgrade coming up. That's too late in my opinion, but Eddie for now is only microing his Plumed Archer, so he will be fine. Bracer done. Chemistry should come up soon. Husbandry, Iron Casting, and Melkor is halfway up to Imperial Age. The Scorpion actually doing quite some damage on those Plumed Archers. Looks beautiful. And the Knights with +2 defense, +1 attack, Bloodlines done. They are doing so much damage here that only now Eddie is sending the Pikeman, which is a mistake in my opinion. And another stable coming up from Melkor, so he is going heavy into cavalry units, while Eddie has enough stone for a third castle, which he will put up probably in front of the gold now. Melkor is up to Imperial Age and is going for what? Cavalier? Yes, Cavalier plate burning armor, more stables. And Eddie is putting a castle next to the siege workshop where only Scorpions coming up. And counter castle by Melkor here. Is Eddie going to build some trebuchets now? Let's find out. Plumed Archer production, no traps. Eddie's low in gold. And ooh, those Scorpions can do some damage on the villagers, but they got loom. And the Knights are moving out. This can be dangerous. Eddie has done Halberdier, a very important upgrade against the Knights and soon to be Cavalier. So Eddie should be fine here. And now the question is, are we going to see traps? We have 1, 2 trebuchets on the way. Melkor is adding in 1, 2 as well, but from only 1 castle, of course. And he's putting a siege workshop in the back, sending more villagers to stone. rebuilding a lumber camp here. He's on gold as well, and he is very low on military units compared to Edie. It's 18, that's probably then a dozen cavalier and a few single units somewhere, I don't see it. But Edie has the halberdiers, he's got a bigger group of plumed archers, not elite yet, but they might become sometime in the future. Let's say so mid to late Imperial Age, and I think Melkor should lose that castle. Edie might lose his castle too, there's only 2 villagers repairing against 2 trebuchets, but Edie should be able to take down all the stables here, and if he's going for the stables now, Melkor may be in trouble because he's got only 2 barracks, and I'm not sure what the barracks are going to do against the plumed archers here, and Melkor might lose his traps and then might lose the game here. He is on the score lead, but Edie has so many more military units, they can do a lot of damage here. Cavaliers getting 2-shotted, I guess, plus 4 defense is done. Onage on the way now, very important upgrade for Melkor, but Edie is moving forward, and I think he should really go for those stables. And then again, Melkor is not producing anything from those, doesn't really have a lot of resources right now. And he has a stable economy, I guess, but his gold income might be quite low soon. He's taking that outside gold, the 3rd gold, so that's looking good for him. Trebuchet is now hitting those stables, a very good idea. Could go for the TC, I'm not sure what it's going to use. And Onages is one of the things that could hurt Edie a lot, but I think Edie will try and control his plumed archer group here as good as he can. Will try to micro, also using the traps to try and take down the Onages. That's a very smart idea, almost, but Melkor is microing as well and losing more stables. Another castle coming up from Edie inside Melkor's base now, covering the main goal. And while Melkor is still in the score lead, I feel like Edie is doing very good here. Problem is those 4 oranges can do damage. Nice snipe with the traps. The halberdiers are doing a good amount of damage to the cavalier, and they are cheap, of course. Plumed archers also cheap, but that was a nice shot here. And with that castle being up, Melkor is in trouble now a little bit, because he's hitting that castle, but Eddie is going to send the counter traps. He's repairing with a lot of villages here. Eddie got a good amount of gold, managed to take down that monastery, and is losing the relics here, so he could take these relics. Also, he is trying to counter these trebuchets now, or is he going? No, he's going for the castle here. Interesting. He is allowing his castle to get destroyed, but in return he will destroy Melkor's castle very fast here. And Melkor is with a lot of stone, but not repairing. Now he's starting to repair here. And Eddie is also repairing his castle. For now, 18-20 military units only against more than 60 from Eddie. That's a lot of plumed archers. Plus 4 defense is still missing. No chemistry for Eddie. I wonder, but I guess he must have ballistics upgrade. University is available. And chemistry upgrade should come in anytime soon. Eddie is also doing iron casting for those halberdiers to get stronger. And both castles are still getting repaired. The onages are not able to approach the plumed archers. And there is a champion upgrade actually done from Melkor. I'm not sure if it's the best idea. There's still so many plumed archers on the field, and I guess he needs more onagers. It's an interesting fight here, and Eddie, as long as he has the castle, he will try and keep this map control inside Melkor's space. And now the castle from Eddie is gone, and this is never good. Eddie lost 2-3 trebuchets here. You can even see how that happens, and now Eddie has to go back. Melkor is fighting back here, had enough resources, and I think Eddie is in a very difficult position now, because being on the retreat here, it's not easy to actually counter what Melkor could send at him now. The thing is, Eddie is fully boomed, and Mayans with 118 villagers can do a lot of army, and can do a lot of damage then. Eddie's now moving out of the plumed archers to the right hand side, where he's going to find the extra stone and gold being taken by Melkor. Not for long. Melkor will lose a few of those villagers probably. And the thing is, Melkor has to rebuild his economy a little bit, at least at the front. And it's looking like he's not recovering when it comes to the military numbers. He's still around, 30 is actually quite good. He lost all the villagers here, and that means only 110 now. Eddie should send the villagers out. But Melkor has very good resources. Look at this. And the onagers, that's something that Eddie's not even trying to counter, which is a problem in my opinion. I think he needs to go for his own onagers, and probably would be the best call here. I'm not sure about it. He cannot go Elite Eagle Warriors. There's champions on the field. He could go for Elite Plumed Archers, but the onagers are dangerous, and maybe Siege Ramps is an option. Siege Ramps against onagers could go either way. Like this, the onagers making sure that Eddie cannot approach the trebuchets or the champions with Plumed Archers, and he's going to lose a lot of units if he's not being careful. Now those few halberdiers are not really going to be able to go close to the onagers here, and Melkor is now fighting back. Eddie had his chance, but I think at the moment that he decided to go for the castle instead of trebuchets. That was maybe a mistake. He should have taken down the traps, and then Melkor might have lost his castle eventually, and Edie could have kept his castle up. Like this, I'd put my money on Melkor now. Chemistry and Eagle Warrior on the way, but what are Eagles going to do, really? There's champions and fully upgraded for Melkor, and he's starting to attack those castles now. The Onager is even getting attacked by Wills. Look at this is just funny to see. And there's more oranges on the way. Melkor is taking gold now from his main gold here, and that's almost gone. Only 50 remaining. Yeah, the second gold is not available any longer. Melkor also should have the 4 relics back, correct? And with that, he's got a good amount of resources, a lot of stone in the bank. Edie lost his first castle, going to lose his second castle as well. And Edie got very good resources, but no way to really do the damage here. He's putting up a lot of elite Eagle Warriors now. They are fully upgraded, except they're missing the plus 40 HP. And I think without that, the champions are too strong. Now Trebuchet is going down. Nice onager shots on the plumed archers. This is not looking good for Edie. The cast is about to fall. And I think Edie may call it GG here quite soon, because I don't see a way to come back, even though he's got the resources. He may try and hold on a little bit longer, and population is allowing him to do so. Melkor actually only on 150, and Edie is fighting back, but he lost the last castle. That means no more plumed archers for him. He won't be able to rebuild those. He doesn't have the stone. He could take the extra stone here, but not even that is happening right now. Melkor lost quite a few onagers here, and Edie is actually fighting back. Is this game going to go in a different direction once again? It's a very interesting one. Let's find out how Edie is going to approach now. Thing is, Rams coming up and onagers. This is going to be deadly for those plumed archers, and then Edie will only have elite Eagle Warriors. And Edie is without a lot of gold at this point. He is moving now to take the extra gold here. I think all the other golds are gone, so Edie may be hungry for gold here. For 500 remaining in front of his castle. And that means Melkor with the advantage, and Eddie's actually calling the GG. He knows he cannot rebuild his army. He's got another castle up here, but yeah, onagers, champions, trebuchets in the back, and now even hussars. That means Melkor just dominant after being able to defend, and it's only a guess with the trebuchets. If Edie was taking down the traps from Melkor, he might have had a better chance here, but it's just like a coin flip for me. I can't really tell. Hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next game then. GG.